Hey guys, it's TechRan here. In today's video, we'll be reviewing the Seagate Enterprise 10 terabyte Helium Hard Drive. That is right, this is 10 terabytes of actual hard drive storage for actually an insane deal. This is actually the best deal on the market right now. If you guys did not know, I actually ordered this off Newegg, which was my first ever Newegg order. Usually I don't order from them, but this was the occasion where it's like this deal was so good that I could not miss up on this offer. Now you might be wondering, how much is this actually going to cost me? Well, it's listed at what, $129, something like that, plus tax on top of it too. It's like $137 for 10 terabytes of storage. Now the reason why I ordered this drive was because of the fact I have over 8 terabytes of actual storage on my computer, because you guys do not know I run multiple YouTube channels, and of course with multiple YouTube channels means a lot of footage I need to actually stockpile and save, and of course I ran out of 8 terabytes of footage. I'm not even joking, I ran out of 8 terabytes. So I got this 10 terabyte drives. The stash is much corn. No. FBI, open up! I mean, footage for YouTube videos on it, and so that way I just hopefully won't run out again. And what I plan to do later here is get a whole NAS set up and get multiple actual terabytes of drives, like 10 to 16 terabyte drives. So if you don't want to miss out on that video and how to set up a NAS, get subscribed. Now this is a new drive, however I've not tested yet, which we are going to do to figure out if it actually like works, because the worst thing in case I spend like $129, they have to send it back and then get my money back, but hopefully that just won't be the case. Now you can order this drive on Amazon for $180, which honestly $50 less from Newegg is honestly really crazy. If you were to buy a normal Seagate 10 terabyte hard drive, that would cost the same price as the Enterprise drive, which is $180. Usually the drives can fluctuate, like Enterprise drives can usually be cheaper than actually normal drives, because like people are buying large batches of Enterprise drives in intervals, so sometimes they might make a large quantity of them, which the more there are, the lower the price. And that's especially the case of this actual guy, who is actually an extra. Now let's go over the specs. Where you got to keep in mind, this is a 10 terabyte hard drive, of course, but it actually has 524 megabytes of internal cache for like just caching information on there that you might be pulling out for projects and stuff, which is pretty good for a NAS setup, especially like large NAS setups if you're doing video editing. It also has an RPM of 7,200, so that way it's very fast. You'll be able to pull off stuff with really no problem, and it supports up to 6 gigabits. So the question is here now, is this actually going to work? And we're also going to do a comparison against this 10 terabyte drives against my normal 4 terabyte hard drives from Seagate. They're not going to be a complete comparison because it's not 10 to 10, but still, it's going to be an interesting test nevertheless, so let's get into it. Before we start all the drive, I just want to show you guys the drive in itself, how it looks. Like, yo, this thing is all metal, like how thick it is. It's bigger than my actual like hand thickness almost. And like, yo, you can see the PCB and all that stuff. I just want to quickly give you like a glance how this thing looks. It looks very like premium, high tier. So what we're gonna do is uninstall one of my drives that are already down here. I'm not gonna clean my PC today because like I'm not worried about that, and I'm going to probably uninstall the bottom one or top one. I think it's the top one here, because that one is the most recent drive I've been using. But I should probably just remove the bottom one for the time being, because I'm not working on any big projects there. I'm gonna actually remove the SATA power first, and also the just overall SATA cable for the data. And then with that should just make it really easy to kind of slip it on out for us here. So yeah, this is a 3.5 drive hard drive. This is the 4 terabyte one I normally use. This is the one I just like store stuff on, information and all my old project files. Now the good thing about this hard drive cage is that it's really easy to uninstall. It literally just pinch it on like you saw earlier, but each of the corners have like little divots and holes and stuff like that I can just like pinch it on out, pull it on out. And then the same thing with this drive is that it actually has these little holes on this one, so we should be able to easily just kind of slip this on in like we did the other one, where we just put it in the cavities. So let me try to line this on up real quick here, kind of give you guys a general idea. So there's a cavity on this side. I'm trying to line that on up. Bang, that's good. That went easier than I thought it would. And this one should be the same thing, where we kind of just pinch it on up just slightly and just push it downward. Nope, that worked. Okay, I got it in. It just was sus for a second there, but like, yo, this guy is so much more chunky than my actual drive. Like here, look how scrawny that is in comparison. Like, you not tell me like this one is not significantly bigger. Anyway, so we'll just slide this back into the rack though, and this hopefully should be no problem whatsoever. It should just fit. We should have enough headroom and all that jazz. So with that, I'm just gonna slip that down in. Bang, that's good. Should have just pinched it there. I think it did. Let me make sure. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. And now we can just plug in our SATA and stuff. Okay, the next thing to do is to make sure the actual thing is installed. So what we're gonna do is look up partition or create disk and format. We're gonna make sure that the drive's in here and has the right amount. So it says a new disk is installed. Yeah, we're in GBT, that's fine. And then you can see 10 terabytes of storage. It's not going to say exactly 10 terabytes. It can just be whatever it's defaulted to. What we're going to do is create a new volume, and then we're going to call it, yeah, the volume size is 10. Cool. We'll call it O drive, I guess. And then we just call it TBHHD. And that, we have created a new drive on computer for 10 terabytes. And we should see it on this PC when we go into File Manager, which you can see right here. Where is it at? 10 terabytes of hard drive storage. And look at the little face. That's funny. That was the big reason why I did that. The shock value, bro. Absolutely insane. So I now have Crystal Mark installed, and what we're going to do is actually test it. So we're going to put it on our O drive. We're going to say 1 gig and stuff like that. And then we're going to say read all to see what the speed test is on this. Now keep in mind that OneDrive's new, well, OneDrive's actually got almost full storage. So you can see this is my 4 terabyte hard drive for the Seagate Barracuda. And it's got a 40,000 read and write, and so it's got the lower end too. So it's like nothing insane, but that's expected since this only has a 5,400 RPM compared to like the other drive, which you can see here has a 7,200 RPM, and it's also a newer drive too. So it's going to be a little bit more faster, but at the same time too, it's going to have better reads and writes because it's thus 2,000 RPM faster. So it's actually got 100 read, 200 round sequence, and also 200 over writes, which is honestly pretty freaking good, especially since the fact that you gotta keep in mind the internal cache will make it so like if you're working on something consistently, let's say you put a file away for editing and then you're gonna grab it back maybe a little bit here, it's gonna probably grab that file back during that cache. So it's gonna be a little bit more faster just because of that reason on top of it too, which you're gonna see that subtle difference, which is pretty nice in itself. So yeah, the drive comparing 4 terabyte to 10 terabyte is pretty good, and especially since this is an enterprise drive, I would only expect this to be the case with one of these higher end drives. So honestly, the new hard drive's working perfectly well. I've also updated my script where I have it set up to like go to an M.2 everything I record, but after a certain period of time, after like 2 days the footage hasn't been used, and when I finish working with it too, usually that happens, it'll automatically be transferred to my new 10 terabyte hard drive, which is pretty cool in itself. Which you can see here, like the script and stuff being used here. The only thing I did notice though is when we're setting it up, the script actually had the read be modified. Since it's an enterprise drive, the coding's a little bit more different than we would usually do with the script we originally had, so we had to slightly modify that. Instead of having just like move it, it's good, and now it moves. After it's moved, deletes the file from where it was recorded once, so that way it doesn't take up unnecessary space in the memory. But yeah, of course, this is the new 10 terabyte Helium hard drive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review video here today. Make sure to smash the like button and get subscribed so you don't miss some future tech content. I'll see you guys for another one. TechGran out.